With a growing population of 1.2 million, Calgary communities continue to emerge. Keeping track of this growth is in itself extremely daunting. Ask my next guest, Leslie Evans, who's the Executive Director, Federation of Calgary Communities. Wow, that's a title. That's a daunting task to have.
It's an absolutely wonderful title and job. I get to work with the 150 community associations and more than 20,000 volunteers in Calgary that supports the work of grassroots community sports, recreation, social activities. It's a wonderful job.
And explain a community association to someone who is a newcomer here to Calgary.
A community association is a geographic-based recreation social organization that is completely organized and run by volunteers in the neighborhood. We have just over 200 communities in Calgary with about 150 associations. And some of them have buildings, some of them have ice rinks, and some of them just have green space in which they draw people together and hold big stampede breakfasts or gather kids for grassroots soccer. It depends on the community. They're all a little different, but they do the same thing, which is social recreational programming for residents of communities, as well as they offer a voice for community life. So they also talk with the councillors and interact with levels of government around issues that affect the residents of those communities.
Is the plan, Leslie, to have every community similar to some degree?
By mandate, the association, but not by activities.
Okay.
There is no community that is the same in Calgary. There's different people, there's different needs, there's different wants. Some communities have older people, so they want more seniors programming. Others, especially in the suburbs, want grassroots soccer, those little 3-year-olds running around, running in the wrong direction with the ball. So it all depends on the evolution of the community, what programs or services a community association might actually offer.
You know, and for a lot of people who are in communities, they're asking themselves, do I have a voice? You know, can I make a difference? And by getting involved in community associations, you actually do have a voice. You can affect change.
Absolutely. Community associations can be a very important voice in our city and in things that affect community. So everybody is affected by a community association, whether they know it or not, because community associations do actively get circulated on development permits for the geographic area that they serve. They also are asked by different representatives of a government, what are the needs, what are the wants, what can we do here that might help this community? So they are a voice, and if you're not participating in your volunteer community association, you may not be leveraging your own voice for change.
And that's exactly it. You know, if we go back 5 years, the amount of communities that have cropped up because of the growth in this city alone is ridiculous. And you don't want to feel like you're just navel-lint. You want to feel that someone is listening, or I can do something to actually make a change. And that's the excitement about being involved in a community association.
You know, a lot of our communities have faced challenges of traffic problems, or even schools not having a school in their area. And it is the citizens that come together as part of the community association that actually leverage those resources into their community, or the changes that they need. Right. So it's really a powerful movement, and it's somewhere where you can go and belong right in your own neighborhood. You don't have to drive the Deerfoot to go volunteer. You can literally walk up the street or walk over to the neighbor's house. One of the most important and critical parts of being part of a community, whether you're a member of the association or not, is about being neighborly. We want a city, and one of our goals as a community association movement in Calgary is really to increase the neighborliness in Calgary. We want that small town feel in this large urban center, because community associations bring people together. When we know our neighbors, our communities are safer.
And there's so many opportunities as well, too, whether it be part of a newsletter, whether it be doing some fundraising, or just getting out there and just knocking on people's door and saying, hey, welcome to the neighborhood. We just want to say hi.
Absolutely. We have so many wonderful projects going on. This summer we had huge community garden builds. Cob oven was built at one of our communities to really gather people together over food. And that's one of the best ways to connect people. So we have potlucks. We're coming into the harvest now. So we're having harvest fests at a lot of different communities. So, you know, there's always something going on at a community association.
Yeah, and don't think that you don't have a voice. Here's your opportunity to be a part of this. This is fantastic.
Absolutely.
And I can understand why you're excited about being a part of this as well, too. Leslie, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
She is the Executive Director for the Federation of Calgary Communities. Yes, there is such a place. Leslie Evans, thank you once again. Still to come, there are plenty of things that are happening in our city, in and around, including the Cutting Horse Futurity. This event pits horse against the cow in a kind of a one-on-one defense, trying to keep the cow away from its herd. Nice. Very athletic, very fast, 250 horses from across the continent and 1,800 head of cattle. It starts on the 15th, goes through to the 16th and the 17th, all happening at the Agrium Building, Stampede Park. This is trending on Show.